Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the July 10th, Friday morning edition of our video blog. Appreciate y'all being here. This is Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks. All right, let's take a look at the market, and then I've got a few trade ideas that we might want to put on the watch list, possibly trade today or possibly wait for next week. So let's take a look at the SPY. So on the SPY, SPY's been having a little difficulty popping up through this area right in here. This island reversal, bearish island reversal, is still showing its power. We're just not, it's not allowing price to get pushed up through here. So we really do need to keep an eye on this. Keep in mind that candlestick signals and patterns, they do not have to produce the very next day. They can show their teeth back here a couple weeks at a time. Market can flop around, and then they can really start to produce from there. So I'm keeping an eye on that, close eye. As far as the price action goes here, honestly that's a pretty bullish price action. We've got a low, high, higher low, close to a double bottom. We've rallied up, and we're just consolidating right here. We're holding up over the T-line, and we're holding up over our trend indicator. Our trend indicator is green, so all we need to do, see those bulls kind of rack in a few, and yeah, we could be popping up over here. Let's take a look at VXX real quick. VXX, we started down here early June, rallied up, and then pretty much started hammering this area right there. And you can see by, there we go, you can see by all those highs that VXX, the VIX family, tried to mount an attack and push it up higher, which would in turn push the market down a little bit. But as you can see, that didn't work out so well. They finally gave up, and they came back down. Well, when they came back down, hit the bottom, and started putting in a little bullish candle, we were able to draw a trend line here. So there's our trend line. We're now holding up above this trend line. The last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles here, the VIX is looking like it's trying to mount another attack and break out. We've got this red downtrend line, and we're still under the trend indicator here on the daily chart. Trend indicator is still red. So I think before we get too excited with VXX, we definitely need to see those turn green. If we do see those turn green, what that will mean is that they have successfully broken out, and they've started that attack of some higher numbers. So we're going to watch that, see if we can break out of that red downtrend line, break out over 34.40. That would probably signal a test of these highs somewhere in the neighborhood of $38, and we'll just kind of follow from there. Here's one of the things, though, that very crazy market. We see a little weaknesses in some places, and then you see strength in other places, and it's a real battle, really is. Take FNGU, the FANG ETF. You've got some big tech in here, and this is what's leading the market up higher. Continued bullishness. I'm looking for 149.30 right now. When we get up there, we'll reevaluate. We'll look for another target, but right now I see a target of 149.30, and that's assuming the bulls can step in. Let's run over here to an hourly chart. And on the hourly chart, if we do start to see weakness, I would probably look at the 131.80 area. I see a little bit of possible support right in there. We'll use the low of this candle, the high of this candle, and the highs and highs. So a little bit of support right there. If we do start to see that weakness, watch that 131.80. Now, of course, if that breaks down, now we're going to lower our support just a little bit, and we see lots of touches in there. So now we're looking at 128.40 or so if we break the 131 80. Now, if we start breaking these, you'll probably see that VXX chart move up a little bit. And again, if that starts to get, our trend indicator starts to get green, and if we move down here on FNGU, then the trend indicator that's green now will likely turn red if we're down here. And that might create some kind of a top up here. But let's face it, these bulls have been strong. Tech has been a monster. So let's not try to slay this monster until the monster shows that it is weak and that it can trip over itself. So we show that bullishness. Watch at 129.30 up there. Let's peek at the diamonds back on the daily. You can see here the diamonds. We've got a downtrend line working. Let's change that to red. There we go. We've got a downtrend line working right here. Our trend indicator, or our red-green line, has been a little bit choppy overall. Here we're just a little bit of choppiness, and that choppiness has been leaning toward the downside. You can see that in that downtrend line. I think we can do something like that right there. Let's put a line from this low to this low. Let's watch what happens today. So the bulls take charge. We pop out. Possible test, possible up. If the sellers take charge, which it kind of looks like we're opening up near this low, then we might see something like that right in there. And if that starts to fall, again, that VXX is probably going to start rising, showing that a little bit of fear might be coming into the market. And that could be, if we start seeing the fear, the teeth of the bear a little bit, the market might get a little jittery and want to take some profits. But be careful not to chase. Remember, this is Friday. We always tell our members, be darn sure if you're holding something over the weekend, be darn sure that you want to hold that. The weekend can bring on all sorts of news that could make Monday disastrous. So I want to be careful there. IWM. I've got some IWM puts here. They've worked out very well so far. We've got a trend line. We did close below the trend line. You can see that downtrend is working here, right in there. So we still need to see a bit more weakness to get it down. Again, please don't underestimate the bulls. They are they're monsters, and they can rip this chart right back up. So we want to be a little careful. If we do start to fall, some possibilities that we might look at is let it fall, watch for a rebound, relief rally, and then maybe we start seeing some sell signals in there, and then we can trade this to the downside on some weakness. Let's go for broke here, man. If it does get weak, let's work for this 118 in a quarter area over here. And of course, if it was, let's see, let me go to this chart. Yeah, and if we start to get bullish, I would probably look at about 154.50 up here. If this does break out, if the bulls can turn this around, watch for that breakout, probably some testing, and then maybe in that 154.50 area. So that's what I see in the market here. Let's take a look at a few charts. These charts are meant for both stocks and options. I was asked the other day what I thought of some earning stuff and fundamentals and whatnot. I don't follow fundamentals. I follow strictly the chart. To be honest, I'm not smart enough to understand the fundamentals, and I'm kind of confident that a whole lot of people really just don't understand fundamentals. So they're kind of hard to look at. The chart patterns, very easy to trade. It's been very lucrative in my trading career. I think I'll just stick with what I know and with what works. So strictly chart patterns is what I'm looking at. Walmart. I picked up a little Walmart yesterday, bought the January 115 calls. Honestly, I would like to see Walmart pull back or rest a little bit more. I may want to add a little bit more. Also, if Walmart was to break out here and test, I would probably look at adding some Walmart in here as well. So far, Walmart is doing pretty well. Big pop up, some nice sideways consolidation for the last two bars. Bullish Hiromi yesterday. So let's see what this does. I'm going to hold it for a little bit here, a couple months anyway. I've got it till January. We'll see what happens. Like I say, consolidation more. I may look to buy more, and then on a breakout, I'll look to buy more up here on Walmart. INSG is starting to look a little bit better now. You can see that we've got a trend, and what I'm going to do here, I'm using these green dots. You can clearly see there's a trend going. There's no magic place I'm putting the lines. I mean, if you want to put them on those lows and put it on that low, I totally get it. That absolutely would be where you would do it. I tend to be a little sloppier. All I need to do is put this up here for show and tell is what I'm doing. And then what I'm looking at here is let's do this. Let's come over here and take these candles right there, and we're just going to cut right in there and put a little line right there. Now we're going to come over and see how we've broken out. In fact, Morningstar here, up, back, up. So low, high, higher, low. See how we've broken out here and made a higher high? All right, cool. Now we closed up there. Now we pull back. This is a nice little chart pattern, a little flag in here. I'm going to get rid of all that now. Little flag in here. This 3-bar pattern right here. This is in the Morningstar family. It's not a Morningstar, but it's in that Morningstar family. I think what I would be looking at is I'm going to be shopping for is if we can break out over the body of the third candle back. So that's one of the Morningstar candles of about 1140. Look to be a buyer up here. I see the possibility of $14.70 and some change maybe, but I will follow price action and the minor chart patterns that it puts in on the way up. Another one is GLW. I'm looking at a 28.30 swing target right now. This is low to a high, and now we're putting in a nice little flag right in here. Trend indicator's green, red green line. Trend indicator and red green line, same line. I guess it depends what kind of mood I'm in, what I call it, right in here. So I can absolutely see why somebody might have bought this the last 3 days. Anything to the right, I think, would be worthy. Your risk is minimal. Your reward is very reasonable. It's only a 6%, but this is not a, if you're looking for a hot, fast-moving, jamming kind of stock, Corning is not one of them. This is a slow, takes its time. And then we get up into here, we start to break out. There's some possibilities of bigger numbers here. I would have to come in here and maybe look at about 31 up here. If we look at a weekly chart, here let me drop that down just a pinch. Oh, still at 31. So we get past that 28 and a quarter. We'll watch for that 31 target, and then of course there's always up here toward 35. So back to daily. Wayfair. Talked about this one in the room yesterday. I almost bought it. Almost. Nice little pop up. Here's some nice little consolidation with a slight lift to it. It looks to me like yesterday, the previous day, previous day sort of stopped the move up. The lows held, and it really looks like a little box being built. And this is what we would call a pop out of the box chart pattern. Buying inside the box makes sense. Buying on the breakout makes sense. And 255 or so for a target makes sense. Etsy. Etsy's another one. ETSY. You can see that that's had a nice little consolidation here. Nice little box. Some might even say that we popped out yesterday. Wouldn't argue with that. Nice trend up. Nice little box. Buying in here. Let's do there. Buying inside this area here would make sense. And of course, buying the breakout would make sense. If we take a look at Etsy, let's. You can see how this chart in the past has done similar. See a little box right in here, little box trading right there, and then here's your pop consolidation, pop consolidation, pop consolidation. So what we're looking for is that next pop or that next swing, and I'm looking for about 130.50 up here as something to shoot for. Cisco, CSCO, Cisco. Cisco's acting pretty good here. We actually start here. We've got a low, high, higher low. We didn't make a higher high. We did not do that. We stopped, and then we've got a little bit of consolidation, little flag pullback right in here. But the gap up is suggesting that Cisco may want to run higher. It's also on some fairly good volume. So I'd watch at 48 and then maybe $50 up here on Cisco. Let's put right in here. So I would have to be bullish above 46.60, I think, on this. Hey, I want to remind everybody that if you like the charts, if you like what you see, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe. You know, you don't want to miss out of any upcoming news that is sent out to subscribers. So please click that subscribe button. Down below in the text part of the YouTube video, there's a link there for a free J-Hook Continuation ebook if you're interested. And if you are not a member and you would like, not a member of Hit Run Candlesticks, and if you'd like a 60-day trial, there's a link down below for a 60-day trial. So anyway, thank you. All right, let's keep looking at some charts here. Space, take a look at Space. All right, Space had a great day. I think there's several people in the Hit and Run Candlestick trading room that are long Space. Good job, by the way. Congratulations. Space has been moving in this sideways rectangle box here. We break out and show success over $20.90. Man, that puts a lot of space in there. A lot of space. This chart could double, go from $20 to $40 if we get up into this area and show that strength. So let's keep our eyes on Space. If you're in it, 2 thumbs up. If you're not, then let's watch for maybe over that 20.90. So what we'll do is put a buy box up here, and ideally what I'd like to see is, you know, pop up. May take 2 or 3 days before it gets up there, and then consolidate, and that would give us our chart pattern that we're looking for. So Space is probably something next week, possibly even the week after. Lulu is looking pretty good here. Lulu's looking really good. Here we popped up, pulled back, did a little bit of buyers and sellers arguing on whether they're going to go up or down here. Negotiating, I guess, is probably a better way to put it. You can see that we've found a little support. The buyers found some support. Buyers gapped it up, and now we've got that little box moving to the right, tight consolidation right in here. So let's just move this over. I could see, again, same old chart pattern. I love this chart pattern. Buying inside this box somewhere, and I can also see that breakout, looking for the breakout, and your setup in here watch for 351, 352 for a target, a swing target on Lulu. Okay, I'm going to stop it there. I want to wish everyone a very good weekend coming up. I hope you have a great weekend. Keep your eyes out for the YouTube. I'll try to get another video out tomorrow or maybe Sunday for maybe some charts to look at next week. Again, please give us a thumbs up if you like what you see. Subscribe, and I think we'll be giving out, we'll be opening up the room maybe next week for a day or two to subscribers. So get subscribed. All right, have a great weekend, you guys. We'll see you.